Hello, welcome to another session. In this session, I have a talk about different aspects of crossing over, the meaning of crossing over, mechanism of crossing over, types of crossing over, and the significance of crossing over. Let's start the process of crossing over from the Hutchinson experiment on maize plant. Hutchinson crossed two varieties of maize plant having colored and full seed. Hutchinson considered two characters, one is the color of seed, another is the shape of seed. So one plant having the colored and full and another variety having the colorless and the shrunken. Colored and full, which is represented by capital CC and capital SS, this is the dominant over the colorless and shrunken small cc and small ss. In F1 generation, after crossing, he got all offspring having colored and full seed, and he did test cross in between F1 offspring with the double recessive parent here, which is colorless and the sunken, and such cross is known as the test cross. I have the separate video regarding the test cross, and we know that this is the one type of dihybrid cross. We consider the two character and these two individuals differ from each other by two pairs of contrasting character. That's why this is the one type of dihybrid cross. So dihybrid cross, the result of the dihybrid cross will be the four types of phenotype or four number of phenotypes character will develop, and the ratio will be 1:1:1:1. This is our expectation of the test cross, our expectation of the dihybrid test cross. But Hutchinson got the parental combination was more numerous than the non-parental combination. The parental combination colored and full, which was 48.2%, and another parental combination which is the colorless and shrunken, which was 48.2%. It means total 96.4% was parental combination, and the non-parental combination was 1.8%, and here is 1.8%, colored sunken 1.8, colorless full 1.8. So it means the non-parental combination which was 3.6%. So parental combination which was more numerous than the non-parental character. Here Morgan pointed out colored and full and colorless and shrunken, these are the linked character and inherent togetherly. That's why the parental combination was more numerous, that is the 96.4%, and the non-parental character colored and shrunken, colorless and full, these are the non-parental character, and the percentage is very less, that is 3.6%. He argued that the production of non-parental character because of the crossing over, and he also argued that such linked character tend to separate at the time of crossing over, at the time of formation of gametes. That's why we are studying here the process of crossing over. So such non-parental character, these develops because of the crossing over. The colored character combined with the sunken and the colorless which combined with the full and which forms the non-parental character, that is the 3.6% because of the crossing over. So what is the meaning of crossing over? Crossing over taking place at the time of formation of gametes, and the formation of gametes which need the process of meiotic cell division. So during the process of meiotic cell division, there is the process of crossing over. So crossover taking place at the time of formation of gametes, at the time of meiotic cell division. At the time of meiotic cell division, there is the pairing of homologous chromosome. One chromosome comes from father and another chromosome comes from mother, and they get pairing, and the process of pairing which is known as synapsis. which is known as synapsis. The pairing of homologous chromosome is known as the synapsis, and this is the one pair, and out of these two chromosome, one comes from father and another chromosome comes from mother. So this is the paternal chromosome comes from father and the maternal chromosome comes from mother. Now each chromosome having two chromatid, and this condition which is known as the bivalent. This is the bivalent. These are the chromatid and this is the centromere, and these are the chromatid. The process of synapsis which taking place in the zygotine phase. This is the second substage of the prophase 1. Prophase 1, which is 5 substages: leptotene, zygotine, pachytene, diplotin, and diakinesis. So in zygotine phase, there is the pairing of homologous chromosome which is known as the synapsis. Synapsis which is followed by the formation of organized filamentous structure which is known as the synaptonemal complex. The synaptonemal complex which help for the process of synapsis as well as which help for the process of the formation of chiasma. So after synapsis, after getting paired of the homologous chromosome, each chromosome longitudinally divide except centromere. So suppose that this is the centromere, the upper chromatid which longitudinally divide and which forms two sister chromatid, and a lower chromatid which also divide longitudinally and which forms two sister chromatid. Now four chromatids attached with the undivided centromere. The centromere which is undivided here, but the chromatids they longitudinally divide and forms two sister. These are the two sister chromatid. And another chromosome also it divides and forms four chromatids, and all four chromatids attached remain attached to the centromere. Here centromere is undivided. Here these two chromatids also known as the sister. These are known as the sister chromatid, and these two chromatid are known as non-sister chromatid. These two are known as the non-sister chromatid. So the longitudinal division of chromosome taking place in the substage of pachytene. And there is the four chromatids are there, and which is known as the tetravalent. This is known as the tetravalent, which is known as the tetravalent or tetrad condition. And in the pachytene stage, there is the overlapping or the twisting of non-sister chromatid. So twisting of non-sister chromatid taking place. So these are the two non-sister chromatid. There is the twisting of two non-sister chromatid. Suppose that this is the chromatid which twists with the red chromosome, and the point of contact of two non-sister chromatid which is known as the chiasmata. The point of contact of overlapped non-sister chromatid is known as the chiasmata, which is known as the chiasmata. So at the point of chiasmata, there is the breakage of two chromatids and the exchange of chromatids. So actually what happened here? Formation of chiasmata which is followed by the breakage of chromatid. Suppose that the chromatid now it broken this side, and this is the broken part of the chromatid, and this is the another chromosome which having the broken part of the chromatid here, and this is the unbroken chromatid. Now the broken chromatid which exchanged the red broken piece of the chromatid which rejoined with the blue side, and the blue chromatid which joined with the red side. So what happened here? Now the blue chromosome, it has half of the chromatid having red chromosomal part. So this is the red chromosomal part. So this is the recombination. And the red chromosome, that is the some portion having the blue chromosome or the blue chromatid part. So this is the process of crossing over, or this is the process of recombination. After crossing over, there is the repulsion of homologous chromosome. The repulsion of homologous chromosome, which is known as the terminalization, which starts from the centromere and ends at the region of the end of the chromatid, which is the zipid-like terminalization process. The repulsion of two homologous chromosomes, which is known as the terminalization process, which continue throughout the diprotein diakinesis and end in the metaphase 1. On the basis of number of formation of chiasmata, the crossing over may be classified into several types. If single chiasmata is formed at the time of crossing over throughout the length of the chromosome, which is known as the single crossing over. If the two chiasmata is formed throughout the length of the chromosome, then the crossing over is known as the double crossing over. If multiple number of chiasmata are formed throughout the length of the chromosome, then the crossing over is known as the multiple crossing over. And on the basis of involvement of number of chromatids, again crossing over can be classified into several types. Now come to the significance of crossing over. So the crossing over which provides the direct proof, the arrangement of gene in a linear fashion. So the crossing over which provides the direct proof or direct evidence that the genes which arranged on chromosome in a linear fashion. The genes are arranged on chromosome in a linear fashion. Crossing over which help for the production of new combination, recombination. So it helps for the recombination, The process of crossing over which helps to construct the linkage map or the genetic map. So the process of crossing over which help for the formation of linkage map or genetic map. Such process of crossing over which helps and which provide the knowledge for the improvement of the breeding improvement of plants as well as animal. So it helps for the improvement of the breeding improvement of animals and plants. These are the important significance of crossing over. What is the definition of crossing over? Crossing over, this is the process of recombination which taking place by the exchange of non-sister chromatid at the time of gamete formation at the time of meiosis. Thank you for watching.